that you joined me today because today we are going on a virtual field trip to Asia. We are going to learn about this continent, some of the cultures and traditions of the people in this continent. We're going to talk about the animals. This is a very exciting field trip and I'm so glad you're joining me. First, you will need your suitcase and your passport. So please look at the resources link on the live mic. That is located just under where you found the link to this virtual field trip. And there you can print off your suitcase and your passport for our trip to Asia. This is a map of the world, and here where you see this yellow star is where we are located. We are in North America. That is the continent that we live in. And we are going to travel all the way over here to Asia. So let's look down here at the compass and decide which direction we will be traveling. North, east, south, or west. So if we're starting here and we're going to go all the way over here, which way are we traveling? Absolutely, we are traveling east, my friends. So you have already visited Australia as well as Europe on our other virtual field trips. So today we are going to visit Asia. When you look at Asia, you see that it is surrounded by 3 oceans. To the north, now look at our compass and it says north is pointing up. So to the north of Asia is the Arctic Ocean. Over here to the east, and we know this is east because of our compass, it's pointing to the right. So to the east of Asia is the Pacific Ocean. And to the south is the Indian Ocean. Now, over here, if you look at the compass to the west, so to the west of Asia is Europe. And we have already taken a field trip to Europe. Asia is the largest continent in the world. It covers 1/3 of the Earth's surface. That's pretty amazing. Asia is the largest continent. It is the most populated continent. Populated means the number of people that live there. So Asia is the continent that has the most number of people living there. Actually, half of the world's population lives in Asia. So half of the people in the entire world live in the continent of Asia. Now, there are many different countries in Asia. One of them is China, and China is the world's most populated country. So it is the country with the most people living in it, and it is located in Asia. Now, as I just mentioned, there are many different countries in Asia, and if you look here at this map of Asia, the different colors represent the different countries. Some of the major countries in Asia are Russia, China, and remember we said this is the most populated country, so the most people live in China. And then there's Japan, over here, these islands of Japan. And there's India, Korea, and Vietnam. Those are some of the major countries located in Asia. Now, just like the United States of America has a flag, these countries all have their very own flag. So I wanted to be sure to show you the flags for each of the major countries in Asia. Now remember, there are many, many countries in Asia, but these are just a few of the main ones. So here we have Japan. This is their flag. And Russia, and China. This is the flag for India. And then this is the flag for Korea. What differences do you notice between these countries' flags and our flag, the flag of the United States of America? What differences do you see? You can pause this recording and talk to your learning coach about the differences. Also, what do you see that are similar? Do you see any similarities or anything that is alike between these flags and our United States flag? I see some colors that are the same. I see that China has stars, and we have stars on our flag. I see that Japan used red and white, and Russia's flag is red, white, and blue. So that's similar to the United States flag. So if you look at these flags, you can find similarities and differences between each of these countries' flags and the United States flag. There are many languages spoken in Asia. There are actually over 2,000 different languages spoken in this continent. A few of the languages spoken in Asia include Arabic, English. Did you know English was spoken in Asia? That's very interesting. Chinese is also another language that is spoken in Asia, as well as Hindi, Japanese, and Russian. Asia is very rich in its traditions, and these are a couple of traditions that I wanted to be sure that we talk about on our virtual field trip to Asia. One tradition is the Chinese New Year. This is celebrated in China, and it's a Chinese festival that marks the start of a new year. It's marked by visits with family and friends and special meals and fireworks and gift giving. They also have big parties and parades. And if you see here, this is a dragon, and they're underneath the dragon, and they're making it dance and move. Another Asian tradition is the Holi Festival. This is a spring festival celebrated throughout India. People celebrate for 2 days by dropping powdered colors from rooftops. That looks like a lot of fun. And if you look at these kids, they look like they are close to your age, but they are covered in all of these colorful powders that were dropped from the rooftops during the Holi Festival. They look like they're having a good time down here celebrating. And we can't go on a field trip to Asia without visiting some of the famous landmarks. This is a picture of the Taj Mahal in India. And this is considered one of the 7 wonders of the world. And it is a major tourist attraction in India. This building is made of white marble and precious gems. And it took 22 years to construct and to build that. That's a really long time, and that is a very, very pretty building. Also, there are beaches in Bali, and Bali is in Indonesia, and these beaches are known for their beauty. And if you look at that picture, I think that is just a beautiful picture of the beaches in Bali. Another Asian landmark is Beijing, China, and these are 2 specific buildings in Beijing. This is the Temple of Heaven, and this is the Forbidden City. And I want you to look at the architecture. That's another word for the buildings and the way that they construct these buildings. So look here at the Temple of Heaven and the Forbidden City. And you can also look at the Taj Mahal. These are very different buildings than what you see here around where we live. And I just love this architecture. I think those buildings are so beautiful. Our next stop in Asia is to Mount Everest. And this is the highest mountain in the entire world, and it's located in Asia. It's located in the Himalayan mountains. Also, the Yangtze River is the longest river in Asia. It's the 3rd longest river in the entire world. So this is also a big tourist attraction. And as you can see here, he's looking through the telescope out at the Yangtze River. and they are all crowded around this dock looking out at the river. So the Yangtze River is another major tourist attraction. There are many different landforms in Asia. There are mountains and beaches and rainforests and deserts. And in those different types of land and different areas, you will see different kinds of animals. And I've selected 4 animals for us to talk about on our virtual field trip today. This first animal is the reticulated python, and it lives in the rainforest in Asia. It is considered the longest snake in the world, and it's been known to reach over 10 meters in length. Now, we don't really measure very often in meters, but a meter is very close to a yard. So you may have a yardstick at home. So if you have a yardstick, you can look at a yardstick and just imagine that that reticulated python can get as long as 10 of those yardsticks. That is really, really long. The next animal is the Sumatran tiger, and its habitat is lowland to mountain forests. The Sumatran tiger is the smallest of the tiger subspecies. The smaller size allows it to move through the forest quickly. Its stripes are also thinner than other tigers, and that helps it to camouflage in the shadows. Camouflage means blend in so that it can't be noticed. Unlike other cats, tigers like to swim, and the Sumatran tigers, they actually have partial webbing between their toes, which makes them very fast swimmers. So just like ducks have webbed feet that help them swim in the water, the Sumatran tigers have partial webbing between their toes to make them swim faster. And here we have the red panda, and it can be found in Nepal, India, or southwest China. It's a reddish-brown color. It's not quite like the panda that you might imagine in your head when you hear panda. It is reddish-brown. It's got white ear rims. If you look here at the ears, it's white around the edges. It's got white cheeks and mouth. And it's got spots above its eyes. So red pandas have this false thumb on each hand. It helps it hold the bamboo and stems and leaves as it eats those. It also helps them to climb. And these pandas are completely covered in fur. And the last animal we are going to talk about is the Komodo dragon. And it can be found in the Indonesian islands of Komodo. It lives in dry, open grasslands. It's the largest lizard in the world today. It has sharp claws that it uses to attack its prey and to dig holes to rest in. Asia's economy. The word economy is how they make money in Asia. So Russia, China, Japan, and India provide products and services that are used by every nation in the world. Can you find anything in your home that was made in one of these Asian countries? You might want to look at some of your toys or some of your clothes and see if there's a tag in there that says made in, and then it may say Russia or China. So pause this recording and see if you can find anything in your home that was made in one of these countries. I have included 2 links in the resources link on the live mic. The first is so you can listen to a story called Tiki Tiki Timbo. This is a classic Chinese legend, and I think you will really enjoy this story. Also, I've included directions to make a paper lantern. So please look for the resources link on the live mic just below where you found the link to this virtual field trip. I hope you enjoyed your field trip to Asia. It's time to head back home. See you soon.